Now, Frisco, Texas has been good to the U.S. women's national team through the years. Today was no different as Crystal Dunn helped the Americans preserve their unbeaten record against Russia. The U.S. victorious in 8 of 9 all-time meetings between the two countries, the last 3 wins coming by a combined 19-0 score. Jill Ellis's side squares off against Russia again this upcoming Sunday in Houston this time, where they will hope for another offensive explosion. Welcome along, Kate Abdo, Eric Ronaldo and Leslie Osborne still with you here. The Americans, of course, were in need of a confidence boost after consecutive defeats last month. Let's take a look at the highlights of how that went. The U.S. women's national team and Rose Lavelle coming out flying in this game.
Well, Rose Lavelle, I mean, here, you can just see her confidence brewing. She loves it on her left foot, and she can strike it from distance. She was just having fun out there, and I love how much she tucked inside all game.
They get their first 10 minutes in, Eric.
I'll tell you, it was an indication when the team is really getting their confidence back, where they're able to get a turnover and then capitalize. And it's Crystal Dunn getting to be a forward tonight, getting a couple of opportunities on that left foot and making the most of it. As you can see, the weight of the pass is fairly terrific. The timing is all there. Carly Lloyd with a brilliant pass. Goalkeeper really, is at a spot where she's trying to get her feet right, but this ball ends up in the corner. Great goal.
And Ali Long would get her first of the night as well. Less than 10 minutes later, this one.
Yeah, I love this ball, and perfect ball, near post ball, and 3 defenders on Ali Long, and she just redirects it just perfectly. Poor defending from Russia. Great header from Ali Long.
I like that, though. I like how they're putting a lot of bodies in front of the goal. Now, this was a...
Mallory Pugh winning the ball out of the air to Crystal Dunn. Same finish as her first goal. Clinical finish.
Carly Lloyd with an attempt here.
Yeah, I mean, this is something that she's trained extremely hard on. She's so good on the turn. A little unfortunate to not get on the score sheet tonight, but still a pretty good performance. The second half was a much different game, though. I think as the U.S. started to push the game to a certain extent, they started recognizing that there was an opportunity there to get Russia to cough up the ball in their own end and see if they could capitalize. Another well-timed run and a well-weighted pass. It's just unfortunate Alex Morgan, who came in as a sub, wasn't able to put it away. She looked sharp, though. There's some great substitutes in this second half, with Lupino coming in, the press coming in, and Alex Morgan all coming in. Mallory Pugh finally gets somewhat of a reward in the form of a penalty kick. But all right, everybody look away, because this is not a good one.
Well, and Eric, you called this. You said she's going to miss it.
It was that little look up just before. I mean, she would get the reward later on, but I thought there might have been a better selection for somebody else to take that. But it truly was a second half. You see all the white shirts back, but she finally does get the reward. Just a little point, gets there first. There was a suspicion of maybe an own goal, but we'll give it to her.
Well, and she'll sleep better tonight.
Absolutely. You miss a penalty kick.
Yeah.
All you want to do is make amends, and she did.
So decent scoreline, isn't it? 4-0, the final score for the U.S. women's national team. Let's take a look at the full match stats. Leslie, what jumps out?
Well, I mean, the 33 shots were expected, everything, the possession. This is everything you want to see going into a game against Russia, bouncing back after the She Believes Cup.
Yeah, 33 shots, but let's get a few more of those on target, please. Just a few more.
All right, well, here's somebody who did get 2 of those on target. After the match, Jenny Taft caught up with Crystal Dunn.
Crystal Dunn with 2 goals tonight, and your 20th career national team goal with the team, your second in 2017. I know that it was not ideal to not score in the She Believes Cup in those last 2 games. So what was it like offensively for this team, for you, and for others to get back on the board with this performance?
Yeah, I think it felt really good to play tonight. The team hit a reset button going into this camp, and we said, what's in the past is in the past. We can't focus too much on, the results in the She Believes tournament, but we got to get better. We got to, regroup. We got to refocus. And tonight, I feel like the team really came together.
Jill continues to evaluate with new faces and new players. What are the challenges and strengths in playing with a lot of new people, being expected to perform with a lot of people maybe you haven't had as much experience playing together with?
Yeah, it's definitely challenging, having so many players come in and out. But I think, we have our standards, and we instill those every single day, and it makes it easy for newcomers to understand what we're all about and to step on the field and feel confident.
All right, I appreciate your time.
Jenny, thank you very much. So Crystal Dunn with 2 goals on the night, 2 of the 4. What do we make of her performance?
I liked it. Look, the darting runs and the timing of it all is what would impress me most. She's got to get better at walking that line, though. There's too many times where she got caught in an offside position. Maybe she just got a little bit anxious, but she's going to realize the longer that she's with this team is there's people like Carly Lloyd who will be able to slip a perfectly weighted pass so she can just be a little bit more careful on her runs because she will get the delivery and she's going to continue to score goals. Clearly, that left foot is potent.
Well, it was good to see her and Carly's partnership up there. You know, Carly playing it to Crystal and her finishing and her confidence and just she's mature and she just after the end of the game, it's like it always can be better and better. So I think for her, anytime you have her on the field, she makes things happen. She's a difference maker.
Just needs to understand that she can outpace most players, so she really doesn't need that much of an advantage. Okay, you actually give them a step and you're still going to get there first.
I mean, coming into the game, Leslie, you talked about how important it was going to be to see how some of those new partnerships worked out. Lavelle and O'Hara, how did that one go for you?
I loved it. I mean, again, it's Russia, so it's not the toughest opponent, but I really think they had a great understanding of each other, and a lot of the attack came from the right-hand side, and they had fun out there, little overlaps, just give and goes, and Kelly even got an attack for us, which she should. She's normally an offensive player, so for me, I think this is a bright spot. I think this is something that Jill's going to continue to look to build off of.
Yeah, this is terrific stuff. I mean, we'd love to see the creativity and the willingness to try stuff. We could have gone down there for a penalty kick. They do create a chance out of this, but I think the more that she's on the ball, the more that we're going to see her get growing confidence and start doing things that we're not used to seeing. Everyone wants to stay simple and make sure you connect the dots. She just does it in a special way. I hope there's more to come from that.
And Kelly's so fit, too. Yeah. She can run up and down all day long. So if Rose likes to tuck in and go in that number 10 role, Kelly will take that all day long.
If they go back to that three-back system, Kelly's clearly an option over there.
So, I mean, Ali Long back in midfield, 2 goals as a reward for that for her today. She did miss that penalty kick. How much will it have meant to her today? Why are you both giggling?
Because it's the worst. I hate watching people miss a penalty kick. But, I mean, it was one of those games where she clearly bossed the game from the center part. But, you know, when she missed that, I thought, okay, come on. There's got to be something good that comes out of it. And, you know, clearly, when she gets in front of the goal, that little point, she understands the line, and she's going to be quite a weapon when anything comes in, especially crosses to the near post. She's going to get there first. She's going to get her fair share of goals.
Yeah, Allie's just a complete player, and I think her and Sam Ewis did well in the middle of the field today, and I think Jill's going to look at them going forward too. But Allie's a complete player, and she helped build that attack and the possession and changing the point. It was just more fluid with her in there.
To use Crystal's words, I guess they've hit the reset button. They're back on track. So.
It's like, I thought they were your words.
No,
didn't you say that?
We'll give her credit.
All right. So Alex Morgan and the US pick up their second victory of 2017. After the break, we will head back to Toyota Stadium for more post-match reaction of the comfortable win over Russia. Stay with us for that. And the slides in victory over Russia, 4-0, the final score. Well, after managing just 1 goal in their opening 3 matches of 2017, the US with no trouble finding the back of the net in Frisco, Texas. The Americans able to rebound from consecutive defeats at last month's She Believes Cup, which left them in danger of suffering their first 3-game losing streak since 1993. Okay, let's head back now to Toyota Stadium for reaction from the pair that called the match, JP Della Camera and Ali Wagner. What did you guys make of the performance?
Well, Kate, this was a convincing win, but it was expected, right, Ali? They were expected to beat Russia, maybe by a 3-0 or 4-0 score, but it started by setting the tempo early with Crystal Dunn.
Well, you said it. This is what you come to expect from the U.S. team, but starting with Crystal Dunn, I think they did it in an entertaining way. Yes, we expect results, but tonight, they put on a show for the fans, and Crystal Dunn was amazing. She was on fire just with her runs, getting in behind, her finishes. Yeah, she's one of the ones that's been played in because she is overseas, but I thought she looked on top of her game. And Rose Lavelle, you talk about painting the field, you talk about putting your stamp on a game. I mean, she not only was productive, but she put on a show for everyone. And then there were other things that I liked about this game tonight with the partnerships that were brewing. Yes, it's early to settle in on partnerships, but I saw chemistry start to come to life between O'Hara and Lavelle. I liked Dunn and Lloyd up top. I liked when Pugh would tuck in from the outside, when Lavelle would tuck in from the outside and get the ball off of her. So there were a lot of things that the U.S. can take away. Yes, it was Russia. We knew they weren't going to test them the way the other teams have, but I think there were still bright spots.
It was convincing tonight, Kate, and the same 2 teams meet again Sunday in Houston.
Certainly was. Thank you very much, guys. Chemistry. It's one of the things that Jill Ellis will surely have been observing. You said it's a time of rebuilding, reshaping. She's committed to that. What will she have come away with today?
I think exactly what they plan to do. Play some new players, play Rose Lavelle in a different position. Mallory Pugh, again, playing a Crystal Dunn and Carly Lloyd together up front, both number 9s, to see how that turned out. So they scored 4 goals. That's great. And they came off of, the She Believes Cup, and I think they learned some good things.
Well, the good part of this really is, I mean, you had Rapinoe come off the bench, Press come off the bench. Alex Krieger. I mean, this is the names that we know, that we expect great performances from them. But the truth, it might be that first half performance was a lot better. And I give it a lot to Lavelle. I think that is a special player. I'm really looking forward now to seeing the next time that we're going to see her in a U.S. national team uniform. Pugh wasn't the best of nights. Mallory didn't have the best night, and she's still a lightning rod. But this Rose Lavelle, that is somebody that we can all keep an eye on right now.
Yeah, that was special. Absolutely right. The Russian women on the losing end today, but that country bracing for an action-packed next few months. We're going to look ahead to another summer of soccer after the break. How about that? Loads of football coming up over the next few months. What are we most excited about? Eric Winalda.
Okay, well, honestly, I know this is probably going to catch a lot of people off guard, but I want to watch our U.S. U20 team. I thought, look, they had a really bad start in the qualification process, and then this kid stepped up, Brooks Lennon, who, let me remind everybody, plays at RSL, but he is on loan from, yes, Liverpool. I thought he was terrific. He got a hat trick against Haiti and got us back on track, 4 goals in the tournament. And this kid, look, he's not a kid anymore. I mean, I watched him train. I was able to see it live. This kid's running 12 kilometers a game. So I think Tab Ramos has got him either in great hands with him, and our own Brad Friedel will be a part of that. So that's kind of what I'm watching.
Leslie, you watch everything. What are you going to be watching?
Well, I mean, I feel like this is the type that you get excited for other than a World Cup year. It's going to be a summer full of good soccer. But I'm excited to watch Mexico and U.S. I mean, it's going to be really tough for them to go to the Azteca and get a result, but building off of the momentum.
I hate that trip. I hope they just get a 0. Get out of there, guys. Good.
All right, well, that is all from us today after the U.S. women return to their winning ways by brushing aside Russia. For Eric, Leslie, and our entire crew, thank you so much for watching. MLB Whip Around is next on FS1.